Hi, and good day to you. I'm Scott Hartwell, CEO of Advanced Comfort Technology. Thank you for joining me today, and welcome to our discussion on how to provide the best barn for your cows.
Whether you're designing and building new or renovating an existing barn, there are some key factors to consider when giving your cows a healthy, productive environment. Start by taking an inside-out approach and build for what the cow feels. Make sure your stalls are sized for your best cows. Make sure they have room to move, space enough to ensure good, clean airflow, open access to feed and fresh drinking water, and cooling relief for the hottest days. By creating an animal-centered environment, you're giving your cows what they need to produce for you. Design your barn to grow with you, not hold you back. And remember that better cow comfort is good for your bottom line. Give your cows a barn that sets them up for success and sets you up for success. In this video seminar, I've teamed up with some of the best recognized companies in the dairy industry to bring you suggestions on stabling and other barn steel equipment, stall bedding considerations, controlled ventilation and lighting, and barn flooring.
There's much more detail than we can bring you in this brief discussion. So if you'd like more information, please contact us. Now sit back, relax, and here's some suggestions on how to give your cows a better barn.
Just looking at different designs of headlocks, we wanted the wide opening on the top for cows to put their heads through. Another part that I guess sold me on it was the unlocking and locking mechanism. That's a lot simpler than some of the other brands that are out there that I've seen. I mean, ultimately, cow comfort was the top goal. What would the cows prefer to go into? The large opening on the top and having the large opening on the bottom too was ideal.
With the flipper, it's easy access, so there's no finger pinching when you release the swing arm. We also do have a dampening device in here as well to help reduce noise over the barn, just because it's promoting more of a comfortable facility. You don't want to hear metal swinging arms hitting against the rails when it's opening and closing.
At Perry Creek Dairy, they chose to go with the aqua dumps just for ease of cleaning out fountains. The ability to pull the pipe, tip the fountain over, and clean out the fountains quickly was a big deal for their barn technicians to be able to quickly clean out the water fountains as they brought the cows up to the parlor.
The simplicity of the dump troughs, the ease of cleaning them, they looked very simple, very easy to clean, had the capacity for the water we wanted in each pen and on the crossovers. They're rock solid.
The BioRail Freestyle system is stronger than any other Freestyle system we've seen on the market because of the geometry of the T-post, and we've had really good success in dozens of installations with it holding up for a very long period of time.
I think the primary decision was we were kind of sold on the angularity of the stalls. As cows back up, they don't damage or hurt themselves in their pin bones or their rear end. There's more room for them to start turning out before they get completely backed out. Forward lunging to side, there's plenty of room with those BioRails for the cows to naturally get up comfortably.
The Artex gates work out really well from an installation standpoint because the way they make the hinges, it welds on really fast. It's very strong. They're built adjustable, so we can order several different sizes of gates and fit every opening and just slide the gate out and set it to width. We really like about the Artex gates is a lot of them have the man pass built right into it. So as the dairyman's walking through the barn, if he needs to climb in a pen, he doesn't have to open a gate, he can walk right through the man pass. So We installed the Artex rail fencing primarily in our holding pen area. It provides us a consistent product that reduces the speed of installation significantly versus the old cut and cope and weld pipes into place. The prefab system just gets set down before concrete and get welded together. It minimizes our installation time.
The overall soaking system in the barn, we went with a gallon per minute soaker for the bigger drop to really optimize minimal drift.
And in this barn, to be honest, I've never seen any bunching of cattle anywhere, so I think our cow cooling seems to be pretty effective. We monitor temperatures on cows once in a while on the hottest days just to see how cool they're staying. And they're staying spot on right now.
Why I can stand here and say that we wouldn't change anything with our cooling system is just the response we've seen in breeding, milk production, and stall utilization on hot days. The cows are comfortable, and you let the cows tell you if their needs are being met.
When deciding on bedding for your cows, you have a number of different options. And with the goal of optimizing lying time and milk production, your thoughts likely focus on cow comfort. From waterbeds to mattresses to deep bedded materials, the choice you make not only affects your cows, it also affects your operating model and therefore your business. No one bedding choice is right for all farms, but to get the best performance out of any of them requires good management practices. You and your team are key to good cow comfort in the stall. If sand is your bedding choice, then there are important considerations to give you good results. Good quality sand that is well maintained in the stall is a good option for bedding cows. Let's start with good quality. Sand grain sizes will vary by region, and this may have some effect on how you manage your waste streams. Consistently bedding with new sand is an option, as is processing the manure stream with a sand separation system. Regardless, recognize how the coarseness of the sand affects your cow's hooves, and be certain that the sand stays free of debris and gravel. Bad hooves are a leading cause of lameness in cows. And don't overlook sand-borne illnesses. Clean sand doesn't just mean free of debris. It also needs to be free of pathogens that could lead to cow illnesses. There's no compromise for good, clean sand. Aside from the cows, you have to factor the cost to have a ready supply of good, clean sand that is well maintained in the stall. Are you prepared and equipped to add the recommended 50 to 80 pounds of sand per day for optimal comfort? Certainly, very few farms add sand daily, but if you're truly focused on cow comfort, then sand stalls need to stay filled. Are you raking between fillings? As the cows dig down and nest in deep-bedded stalls, there should be a plan to have the stalls filled and leveled so you keep your cows away from the unhealthy layer of sand that lies at the bottom of the stall. That contaminated layer of sand is not only hard and packed, it's also teeming with coliform, strep, and staph bacteria. If you're thinking of choosing sand, is your manure system designed to transfer and store sandy waste? Will you invest in sand separation? How often will you need to clean out your manure pits to maintain capacity? As sandy manure goes into the pit, that sand settles. Eventually, it has to come out. So think ahead about how you'll deal with that. Finally, don't overlook the wear-related repair costs that come with the use of sand bedding. Every moving part that comes in contact with sand will wear out sooner. Planning for these kinds of repairs will ensure you're better prepared to limit downtime and costs. Sand can be more forgiving than other deep-bedded materials, but good results require good management. If sand doesn't fit your business model, then you have other choices. Farms located in climates that are consistently drier have found success using compost or recycled manure solids. Similar to other deep-bedded materials, better overall performance is achieved by keeping the stalls filled. And as with sand, that means that you need to be properly equipped to have a regular supply of bedding material. If you're going to be self-sufficient, you need manure separating equipment, possibly dryers or drying pads, and certainly storage space. Also, like with sand, you'll need to think about sizing your manure management system to not only handle the daily wastage your cows generate, but also the added volume that comes from the bedding the cows kick into the alley. Managing barn waste streams is a process, and there are a number of companies that have the right equipment you need. Unlike sand, manure solids require more intensive management for good results. Again, drier climates, especially in barns with good air movement, can see good results with deep-bedded solids. But it's important to ensure the stalls stay free of manure and wet bedding, or you may be facing significant cow health problems. When using compost, good dry bedding and intensive stall management is necessary for your success. For concrete-based bedding solutions, you can choose waterbeds or a variety of mattress options. I'll address mattresses first. An often used test for mattress comfort is the knee drop. The assumption is that if the knee drop is comfortable for you, then it must be comfortable for your cow. While that may seem logical, remember that the new experience of the mattress can't last forever. The comfort of that mattress after day one is dependent on the quality of the materials used to make it. How good is the foam? How good is the rubber? And how long can the mattress continue to provide like-new comfort after the cows begin using them? Understanding these differences helps you not only understand costs at the time of purchase, but also anticipated timing and costs for repairs or replacements. You can buy a cheap mat, or you can buy a good mat. Know the difference. Go into a barn where mattresses are installed. Maybe they're even in your barn. And if you're still confident in their comfort, do a knee drop test where the cows drop. Then kneel down near the rear of the bed where the cows hocks are positioned. If these tests aren't comfortable for you, they're certainly not comfortable for your cows. In that case, it's time to start planning for a change. Don't wait for your cows to become lame before you take action. Mattresses can be a good bedding choice, but they need management attention too. Finally, you may also choose waterbeds. While the idea of waterbeds may be new to you, they've been used on farms for over 20 years. And the reasons farmers have chosen waterbeds are different from farm to farm. Some farms needed to simplify their manure streams to allow room for growth. Some farms didn't have a ready supply of affordable, good quality sand. Or maybe they tired of the costs and complications that sand brought outside the stall. Some farms struggled with managing mastitis and somatic cell counts in compost or other deep beds. And many farms changed for mattresses as they found themselves constantly dealing with lame cows and continually needing to rebuild or replace their mattresses to restore comfort. In all of these cases, farmers chose DCC waterbeds as a solution to help them regain control of their herd and control of their business. While DCC waterbeds provide consistent, reliable comfort, they too depend on good management to achieve the best results. So what's your takeaway? If nothing else, have confidence in knowing that with the many bedding choices available to you, you can do a good job if you first start with good management practices. Regardless of your bedding choice, treat it like an investment, and it should ensure you many years of consistent, reliable comfort for your cows. If you're not getting that performance out of your bedding, then maybe it's time for a change.
Cow health, well-being, and milk production are all a result of the environment, both the natural climate at your dairy, as well as the conditions created for each cow throughout your facility. An animal-centered environment addresses every aspect of cow comfort, delivering solutions that are designed for the health and biology of each animal, as well as the structure of the facility. This reduces stress, improves animal health, increases milk production and quality, and ultimately improves operational efficiency and employee satisfaction. It all starts with fresh air and comfortable cows. VES leverages proprietary fan designs and installation techniques to achieve effective cooling velocity equally distributed to every cow throughout the barn. This serves to keep cows cool and comfortable, and also keeps bedding dry, reduces insects, lowers stress, and establishes a more comfortable working environment for each cow and worker on the dairy. VES also provides highly effective cooling strategies such as high-pressure fogging systems for even greater cooling and environmental control in extreme heat conditions. When matched with VES fans and ventilation techniques, these systems are proven to reduce stresses associated with extreme heat and humidity. Polycarbonate siding matched with long day lighting systems that leverage the best of natural light, keep out harmful ultraviolet rays, and feature LED technology that delivers extreme energy efficiency while producing beautiful summer light long after the light outside is faded. Match all of that with Dairy Boss, the industry's smartest barn operating system, and VES will improve the health, productivity, potential, and profitability of each animal in your care.
Dairy Boss is a fully integrated dairy barn operating system. From one platform, you'll be able to control all of the things that affect the animal's environment in the barn. Dairy Boss will have the ability to bring in control for not just the VES equipment that's in your barn, but also the other operational systems from other manufacturers that may exist. Dairy Boss is a cloud-based program that can be accessed from any mobile device or computer. Dairy Boss has an easy-to-use interface and a dashboard that will quickly give you information about the status of and conditions that are in your dairy barn. Dairy Boss is a cloud-based application that will continue to grow and expand just as your farm does. As more integrations become available to other equipment and systems in the parlor and the holding area, in your utility room, those features will be added to Dairy Boss and you'll get those automatically. By allowing Dairy Boss to control the temperature and the humidity and the lighting within the dairy barn, we create an animal-centered environment that allows us to have a healthier, more productive cow. The animal-centered environment provided by Dairy Boss helps cows spend more time laying down and relaxing and making milk, which also improves the health of the animal, reducing mastitis and reducing lameness. We also allow the dairyman to spend less time monitoring sick cows or managing special groups of cows because of a bad environment that caused disease. By having a healthier animal, less money will be spent on management, on antibiotics and special treatments of sick cow, and allow for that cow to produce to her full potential. Besides the benefits to the animal in our animal-centered environment, there's also benefits to operations. Dairy Boss will allow you to conserve water and use far less electricity. Our system will automatically adjust based upon temperature and humidity to reduce use of electricity and water when it's not needed, or automatically increase it to keep the cow in her optimal environment for as long as possible. For more information about Dairy Boss and get started down the path in creating an animal-centered environment, go to our website at www.ves.co.
Floors on dairy farms play a huge role in overall cow health and animal well-being. Dairy facility floors play a big role for animal well-being. They provide secure walking within the daily routine on a dairy farm. Secure floors are a great aid for estrus expression. Cows that have good traction have less injuries, and the right floors play a big role in lameness prevention. If employees do not enjoy walking on a floor, why would the cows? Cow safety and mobility play a huge role in cow overall performance. When analyzing lameness records, we can determine which clawhorn lesions are related to hygiene, standing time, and quality of floors. White line lesions, toe ulcers, and axial fissures always have higher prevalence if there are floor surface issues. White line lesions increase with poor walking floor stability, incorrect grooving, slippery walking surfaces, overuse of backing gait, long claws, and incorrect hoof trimming. White line lesions are always associated with slippery floors, slatted floors, poorly grooved floors, cobblestone floors, and rough stockmanship. Toe ulcers and thin soles increase with herd size and longer walking distances, poorly constructed floors, exposed aggregate, and coarse sand or over trimming. Thin soles and toe ulcers occur when the daily wear from walking on rough surfaces or long distances exceeds the daily horn growth. This is a large dairy disease. Constructing the right concrete floors. The pressure a cow exerts against the floor is similar to that of an automobile on the road. We need quality subgrade, suitable concrete mix, and proper curing. Having the correct water to cement ratio and correct curing is the cornerstone of long-lasting concrete floors. On high-traffic areas, we must strive for a greater than 5,000 psi strength if we want the floors to last. The correct groove dimensions for concrete floors are as follows. The groove should be 1.9 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch wide with 90-degree corners, 1.2 centimeters or a ½ inch deep, and the groove should be spaced 8.3 centimeters or 3¼ inches from center to center of the grooves. These are crucial dimensions for safe walking surfaces. The flat part between the grooves is just slightly wider than the actual claw. This is an important part of providing good stability to the hoof. This evaluation was done comparing stride length of pregnant heifers before with the broom finish on a newer floor and after with the cutting of the deep grooves on the same floor. This resulted in a 20 centimeter longer stride and greater than 90% reduction of slipping. When cutting the correct deep groove pattern with diamond blades, we end up with sharp 90-degree edges that will provide the safety and security for the cows walking on the concrete floor, as demonstrated in the earlier video. What areas of a dairy operation have the biggest impact or return on investment when installing rubber flooring? It is essential to place it in rotary parlor entrance and exits, in steep downhill return lanes, in front of the holding pen, wherever cows make a sharp 90-degree turn, and is a must for farms where there is too much wear of the hooves. These would be applied in long walking distances, abrasive or coarse sand, and some abrasive floors. Installing rubber in specific areas of the dairy farm can be profoundly beneficial to hoof health. Some of these installations were done in the past and over time have showed a negative outcome. For healthy and productive cows, comfort in the lying area results in healthier cows and in higher returns. Some aspects to consider for healthier cows are freestyle design, lying surface, and heat abatement. Data suggests installing rubber along headlocks encourages cows to stand longer instead of lying down. When hoof wear is an issue, rubber strips play a big role in wear reduction. Rubber is highly beneficial when cows make sharp 90-degree turns and steep down slopes. It has been the Safe Cows team's pleasure to discuss the various important factors surrounding dairy facility floors.
Thank you for joining us today. Remember, better cow comfort is good for your bottom line. To learn more, contact us and we'll help connect you to the resources to plan for your best farm.